Did you hear about that lady in Florida that got eaten by an alligator?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The guy found her yesterday. A guy was walking down the street or through a little parkway or a park, and he was near on the sidewalk, I think it was, and there's this waterway there, and he saw a huge alligator. She's got the drug arm swing, this lady here. You got the drug walk, they got that, they always got like their arm flailing out like that. Anyway, so he's walking and he sees in this water this massive alligator, and this thing turned out to be almost 14 feet long. So what does he see? He sees this massive alligator in the water with nothing but the torso, the upper torso of a human body, a person.
That's crazy.
Yeah, in the alligator's mouth. No head, no arms, no legs, the upper torso of a human being. He sees it yesterday. He goes, he runs over to a nearby fire department, I believe it was. Tells them, they alert whoever needs to be alerted, police, everybody. They go there. They get this thing out, and they kill it. I think they shot it twice in the head. They measured it at just under 14 feet long. Well, they figured out who the woman was today. Her name was, what was her name?
Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina Peckham. I remember the last name. I forgot the first. May she rest in peace. Poor dear lady. Sabrina Peckham, 41-year-old Sabrina Peckham. Killed by this alligator, apparently, and the alligator was eating her, swimming through this water with Miss Peckham's upper torso in its mouth. She was 41 years old. Her daughter was on the news today, just distraught, crying, sad, completely, understandably, right? Her mother was devoured by this massive alligator, and Sabrina, the daughter, was saying it's the way that she wouldn't want her to go anyway, die in any manner, essentially, is what she was saying. But the fact that she died in this manner, that it wasn't painless, that it wasn't fast, that it was painful, and probably took a while. And this poor young lady, the daughter, I forgot her name, but she was just distraught, holding back tears for a while and then just crying. And I felt so bad for her. That's her mom. And she said her mom would come by every day in the morning and every day in the evening to see her grandchildren. And she said her mother didn't show up yesterday morning or yesterday evening. And she said when that happened, she knew something was wrong. And then she had no idea that this would be it. And the police came to her door, said they found her mother deceased, and told her what had happened. And, wow, look at this guy. He's going to back that trailer right up into traffic, huh? Anyway, so yeah, wow. What a crazy case. And this was in Florida. So, yeah, not Sabrina. Yeah, Sabrina, right?
Yeah.
That's the mom?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Sabrina Peckham. In Florida, I'm sorry, I was distracted there for a minute. Sabrina Peckham in Florida. Found yesterday, part of her found yesterday. Ugh, terrible. In the mouth of an alligator that was swimming in some waterway. I believe it was like in a little park area.
They should dissect the alligator to see if...
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure they cut that thing open to see what's in its belly. How sad. Wow, how sad. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, and the thing is, I like to swim too much to be in Florida. Like, when I think of Florida, and the South, period, I just think of alligators.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a swimmer. I like to swim. I like to swim in lakes. I like to swim in rivers. And I don't think I could do that there because I'd be too worried. Like, you don't know. You can't just go jump in a lake there or in a river and swim around because there might be an alligator in there that could rip your leg off, rip your arm off, or kill you, or, you know, all of the above, right?
Yeah, you might become a meal.
Yeah, and I'm not into being a meal. No, I'm into swimming. I like to swim and just enjoy it. Man, it feels so good to be out just like in an open lake and a river and just swim around and wade in the water. Man, it feels so good. And to have all that good feeling like ruined because you're like worried that there's an alligator in there. Yeah, that's not cool. I don't want that to happen. So I don't think I could be in Florida. Seems like a great state in many ways. Florida seems to have many good things going on for it. A lot of people love it, and I hear a lot of good things about it. Definitely beautiful in many ways. But yeah, man, I like to swim. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I've never been to Florida, but I'd go visit it. But I don't know if I'd go swimming though.
Yeah.
Maybe in a pool, like a swimming pool. I'd do that because I can see.
Even pools are dangerous. They hop in our pools.
Well, yeah, I would. I know I've seen pictures of that, but I would look in the water. You know, it's clear, you can see. I would look in the water first before I jumped in.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, you know, a lake or a river, you can't see very well. You know, some of you can't really see anything. You can't see what's like coming up from underneath you,
Yeah.
like an alligator. But you know, swimming pool, I'd look, and if it's clean, you know, clear, there's nothing in there, then I'd swim in that. But yeah, wow, just tragic loss. Sabrina Peckham, may she rest in peace. Poor woman. And I hope and pray for just comfort and healing for the daughter and the grandchildren in this time of their loss of their mother and their granddaughter. What a sad situation.
You mean
What did I say?
grandmother?
Yeah, I'm sorry. In the loss of their mother, of their mom, and their grandmother. I know they're hurting, so I just hope and pray for comfort for them and healing. But yeah, terrible, man. And you know, those alligators, they go up to, I think they have them in Georgia. I'm not sure. I think they go as far north as Georgia and as far west as, like, I don't know if they're even in East Texas, but I know what's right next to Texas? Louisiana, right?
I don't know. I don't know the American map.
Yeah, so, yeah, all those states there, but I think the most of them are in Florida. And I'm not 100% sure if they're in Georgia, but that, what lane's ending? Is it this one?
Yeah.
I'm just getting over it. I thought it was the other one that's ending. It's this one. It's the one I moved into. But anyway, I'm not 100% certain if alligators are in Georgia. They're obviously in Florida. And I think they go all as far west as Louisiana. Maybe they're in parts of East Texas. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a scary thought, though. Swimming around somewhere, some creature
Quite honestly,
coming up and attacking you.
I'd rather live in the mountains. Don't even have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, I live wherever. It don't matter to me, but you know what I mean. I'll live wherever, except those places is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying I just can't see that happening. Because not that there's something wrong with those places. It's just that I like to swim.
Yeah.
So, like in the summertime, when I want to go out to the lake and go swimming, I don't know if you can do that there. That sounds like, like it'd be a problem. But anyway, what was I about to say? So I don't know for sure if they're up in Georgia. They're obviously in Florida. There it is. Now I got it. Oh my gosh. I remember. Do you remember? I don't know. if you even heard about it. It was several years ago, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. This family went to Disney World, and a little kid, I think a toddler maybe, I think it might have been a toddler. They were by like there's these waterways in Disney World, okay? And the family was by one of those, and the kid was like right down by the shore, and an alligator was in Disney World, okay? And an alligator came right up to the shore and just grabbed the little kid, I think it was a toddler, and took him into the water.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, do you remember hearing about that? Oh my gosh. And this is, I mean, I don't know. How many other times is this is just what I've heard about. How many other are there that I haven't heard about? And then I think it was a year or two ago. This is 2023, so maybe last year, the year before, I don't know. There was a guy in this park area. I think there might have been a golf course nearby, because he might have been a homeless guy, and he would tell people, I think the story was, he would tell people that if somebody accidentally had hit their golf ball into the water, he said he'd go find it for them. And and he'd be like, like, give me, I don't know, $5, $20, I don't know. You have to give me a damn lot more than that to get in. In fact, there's no amount you could give me to get in, to get me to go in there. Yeah. But anyway, I'd say get a new golf ball. That one's gone, as far as I'm concerned. So he would go in there and get their golf balls. And people would tell him, nah, don't do it, dude. There's alligators in it. Like, that spot was known for having alligators in that water, that very water that he would jump in and get people's golf balls for.
Wasn't there, like, signs for him?
I think there were signs said, like, alligators in water, stay out of water, be aware. Because not just in the water, those things will come up. So even near the water, you got to be alert. But anyway, he went in one last time.
Last time.
Yeah, I'm saying it funny, but I don't want to laugh. The man's lost, but he went in, and sure enough, an alligator got him. I mean, can you imagine that? I can't imagine. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I don't even know how that pain would feel.
I mean, okay, it's not quick. They rip you apart.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen them thrashing around like with some piece of meat or some other animal? They're ripping it apart. It's not like some quick, clean thing. They're thrashing it and spinning, and oh my gosh. And it just yank you around. I mean, that beast is strong. It just yanks you around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, underwater. It's not like you have some like kind of leverage. Your feet are like on the ground, you got like a real good, balance and support, because you're on flat ground, and you don't have any kind of leverage like that. You're in water.
Yeah, so you're holding your breath.
Yeah, and you don't have anything to like grip yourself onto. Yeah. And it just starts whipping you around, man, just ragdolling you, so to say, in the water, and tearing off chunks of you, and limbs, like your arms are like quickly gone.
Yeah.
Or whatever it grabs onto. Yeah, that's a horrific thing. I'll tell you what, down in Australia, they have these crocodiles, saltwater crocodiles. Those things are huge. They're bigger than great white sharks. They kill great white sharks. Great white sharks don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, Australia is a forbidden place.
Yeah, man, they got all kind of crazy stuff there. Don't they have those big old spiders that come after you?
Yeah.
What are those things called? I don't know what they're called, but they like, they run after you. They try to run up your leg or something.
Yeah,
I know. I would boot that thing. I'd be like punting a field goal. Punk.
They got something called spider season.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Where like there's a bunch of spiders all over the ground or something, like, and they come up out of the ground.
There's spider webs everywhere, like covering everything.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've seen like a picture of it.
Is that what it is? Oh, there was a movie a long time ago, man. It's crazy. They used to have these crazy movies like a long time ago. These are movies from like the 80s, and they had one like called The Blob, and one. Well, anyway, there was this one when you said spiderwebs all over. It reminded me of this movie from way back then. I think it was called arachnophobia or spider. I don't know. It was something like that. And they were tarantulas though, and there were tarantulas. Like it started out, they'd see a one or a couple or a few, and then it just got more and more and more. And then it was like tarantulas took over this town.
Yeah,
and
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, oh my gosh, at the very end, like there was like one person alive, or maybe there was a couple or a few in this house. They kind of holed up in this house, and there, I don't know, there's a one or maybe a few alive, and they looked out the window and they couldn't see out the window. It looked like it had snowed or something, and they were like trying to wipe the window off, like, what is it? I can't see. And then it shows like this camera angle from like up in the sky a little bit, and the entire town was covered in one massive cobweb. So the house they were in, that they were trying to look out the window, was entirely covered with a spider web. Can you imagine that? Now, first of all, that's a crazy movie, but I don't know. Now you're saying that happens in Australia, not to that extreme, but you know. So yeah, wow. Maybe that's where they got the idea. Maybe that dude went down to Australia once and was like, damn, check this out. I'm making a movie about this. He exaggerated a little bit, but yeah, that they had some like crazy movies back then. It was came out way back then. That was there was that one, whatever it was called. There was one called The Blob, and there were a couple others in that same era and the same type of, just like, they're supposed to be scary, but they're just kind of silly.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just like kind of cheaply made, and you know, it's like, that's like, okay. I don't remember what the other ones were, but anyway, okay. If you remember the movie about the spiders that I'm talking about, leave the name of the movie in the comment section. And if you know of any, tell me any other names, any other movies from that era that were like that, like The Blob, like that spider one. The Birds. Nah, that was before. That was like in the 60s or something. Anyway, yeah, if you know any other of those types of films, leave the name of it in the comment, because I want to check it out. And if you know the name of the spider one, if you know what I'm talking about, leave the name of that one in the comment section. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Let's wrap it up. But we went from this poor woman being killed by the alligators, and then we went to Australia, and we went to all these things. So back to the woman. Tragic loss of this woman in Florida, 41 years old, killed by an alligator, and apparently possibly partially eaten by this alligator, because all they saw was this alligator with this woman's torso in its mouth swimming around in this water. Oh man, sad, very sad. So that's it, guys. Be careful around water if you live where there's alligators. Yeah, just be careful in general, okay? But if you live where there's alligators, watch yourself, man. Be careful, because that's real stuff. Be careful, be safe. If you know the names of those movies, leave it in the comment, because I want to know what they are. I want to look them up, and I want to know the name of the spider movie. The one about the spiders that took over the town. They were tarantulas. It was a movie from the 80s. Let me know. Take care. That's it.